Hello there to my Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to Crystal Clarity. We're going to be doing a New Moon Capricorn spread, going over a little bit about what your intentions may be over the next couple weeks, as well as touching on what you may have released during the full moon and Cancer period. So getting started, already just kind of getting a sense from you that you are feeling a little tired, in regards to something or just in general, I'm not sure, but you're definitely feeling a little exhausted, feeling a little tired, maybe even feeling like you might want to give up on something. So let's take a look and see what you released during the full moon period. Okay, so we've got the King of Swords and the King of Swords in the reverse and the Five of Swords upright. You could be dealing with an air sign, most definitely, but I do feel like part of what you had to let go of, and I'm going to just really quickly interject, you may hear my cat meowing in the background, and I'm just going to try to ignore that as much as possible. But anyway, so I do feel like you may have had to face some sort of inner truth, or, you know, maybe had a moment of inner clarity in regards to a situation or just in general. With this Five of Swords here, I'm not sure if this was something you experienced, you know, at the hands of somebody else, or if this is your energy, but there is, you know, this Five of Swords, this is the type of energy of, you know, being a little bit greedy, being a little bit ambitious, and making moves, making decisions, you know, behaving in certain ways that really kind of put yourself first over others. This is the type of person who is really trying to come out on top at all costs. So, you know, whether or not they, you know, end up hurting somebody else, or whether or not they end up losing connections off their decisions that they've made. You know, this is somebody who just goes ahead anyway and makes those decisions, whether or not they lose a connection, or whether or not they hurt somebody's feelings, or, you know, end up kind of on their own, you know. So I'm not sure if you dealt with a situation where maybe, you know, you moved towards something or were behaving in a certain way where you just really kept pushing it and just kept, you know, putting your ambition over other people, or if this was a situation you were dealing with maybe an air sign in your life who did this to you. But regardless, you know, you received a lot of inner clarity about it, a lot of inner truth, and I feel like that's part of what you tried to let go of, is maybe the situation in general, or behaving in this way in the future. We also have the Five of Cups here in the reverse at the bottom of the deck, so it's possible you really did lose some sort of connection or something like that really hit you emotionally, where you felt a lot of grief and a lot of loss and a lot of you know, sorrow related towards this. And, you know, it might have been kind of a wake-up call for you, is what I feel. And, you know, you, with this Five of Cups in the reverse, like, you are, you know, perhaps trying to make amends and reconcile for your past behaviors. Or it could also be that you're feeling just a little bit, you know, stuck on this, and like stuck on what it is that you lost. And it's still something that you're having a hard time pushing past. But I do feel like you have been trying to release the situation, trying to let go of it, or at least the emotions around it. So what is the current energy like for Scorpio, please? Yeah, so I feel like you are at odds with yourself a little bit right now. We've got the Eight of Wands with the Four of Swords in the upright. So, you know, you might be taking a lot of action towards something right now, really focusing on your progress, really trying to put something into motion. There might be, if this is a connection, there might be like a lot of communicating going on between you and the person that you're dealing with. But even though there's all this like movement, we still have the Four of Swords here in the reverse. So you're definitely needing a much needed break from this. It looks like you're still trying to like push ahead and still trying to keep progressing and you know, moving forward, but there is a need for you to kind of just take some time to recharge your batteries. You might even be at a point where like you're starting to even feel like sick in some way because you're not taking time to slow down and really rest. So there's a need for you to kind of take care of yourself here, despite, you know, maybe how you want to keep pushing forward. What is emerging for Scorpio, please? What is emerging? So I do think in your near future, or you know, very, very soon, we've got the Six of Wands here with the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So you're definitely going to have some sort of moment of success, some sort of victory. And that may be why you're not really wanting to give yourself a break right now, is because you're just like, no, I just like need to keep just going just a little bit further. Like, we're almost there. But you know, you are going to get that recognition that you're looking for, where, you know, people are going to be celebrating you in some way. And I think with that, it's going to bring kind of an end to maybe a lot of worries that you've had, a lot of fears and anxieties that you've had around the situation. It seems like this is something that's been on your mind for quite some time, and it feels like all of that's going to be kind of put to rest by finally getting that like moment of attainment and kind of getting that that recognition, like where people are like, you did it, like congratulations, like, you know. And not only that, but we have the Nine of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. So whatever is going to happen here, it's going to leave you feeling very, very content, very like very happy, very much celebrating some sort of success. So this is good energy. This is probably one of the best so far that I've had. But what is it that Scorpio wishes to grow? What are your intentions? What does Scorpio want to grow, please? Okay. Yeah, so this is definitely your energy. We have the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups both in the reverse. Knight of Water, King of Water. So this is definitely your energy. But I do feel like, you know, we have the Sun at the bottom of the deck too. So I feel like with this Six of Wands, like you're going to get that like achievement that you're looking for, where people are going to notice your you know, your efforts, and you're going to get recognition from that, and it's going to bring you a lot of like glory and happiness and joy, and, you know, bringing just a lot of warmth in for you. And so with that, I feel like you want to bring yourself back into balance. I feel you might have been like throughout this whole process, because this is something that you've like really wanted, or something that you have been really working hard towards. During this whole process, you might have kind of been, you know, more leaning towards some of like the negative attributes of the water sign. So you could have been, you know, being very moody in your energy, just like letting little things bother you a lot. you know, maybe not being the most like receptive towards other people, and just being very focused on yourself, which is fine, but it does feel like, you know, there's a lot of moodiness here. There's a lot of idealism as well. You know, maybe seeing things a little bit unrealistically. And yeah, like I feel like you just kind of want to come back into your like nurturing, romantic, imaginative space instead of being like in this negative, you know, area of the water signs where you're just kind of being maybe a little bit like moody and like closed off in your energy and just like feeling very blocked emotionally as well. You may also have been like not really paying attention to your intuition either. But yeah, like you want this like success and this happiness to kind of like inspire you to get back to being yourself a little bit here is what I feel. So how are you going to bring your goals and intentions into fruition? All right. So we've got the Two of Swords with the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So there is some sort of difficult decision that you need to make here. And it's related towards having a lot of different options. Like the Seven of Cups in the reverse, this is being very overwhelmed by the different choices that you have. You know, being very... like having a hard time seeing things clearly. Like this is kind of a lot of confusion and like uncertainty as to what you should decide or what you should move towards or what option you should take. But it definitely feels like there is some sort of decision that needs to be made on your end. And it needs to be one that's like in alignment with what is truly going to bring you the most fulfillment, on like the most inner fulfillment. So what are the outside resources available to you as you bring your goals into fruition? So we've got the Empress in the reverse and the Three of Cups. So this Empress in the reverse, you might have been, again, like I said, like just kind of drawing on this Knight of Cups and King of Water, oh my God. Knight of Cups and King of Cups energy here. I do feel like you might have been dealing with a lot of like blockages to your creativity because you're just so focused on like production and like productivity, I feel. That you're like not really like in your own comfort zone, like you're not in your own comfortable space. You know, the Empress is somebody who can create a lot of abundance for themselves, and you might have been struggling a little bit with that because, like I said, like it feels like you're not very focused in on like your feminine energy. It's like very like masculine, like just going after your goals right now is like where your focus is. But we have this Three of Cups here as well. So I do feel like you're going to be, again, like there is some sort of cause for celebration coming most definitely for you. And you're going to, what's really going to kind of lift your spirits and like bring you back to that sense of self again is by spending time with other people, like just really enjoying their company. I do feel like this Six of Wands is going to bring some sort of moment where you do get to be with other people and party and have fun and just like focus on enjoying yourself instead of just focusing on work and constantly, you know, doing things all the time. So, I mean, that's pretty good energy for sure. I do feel like you have a lot to be proud of here. So what is the advice for Scorpio, please? What is the advice for Scorpio? You might have even been in a spot like financially where you weren't doing so well, and this part of this huge celebration is that like whatever success and recognition that you get might come with a lot of financial security. So okay, so we've got passion coming out and we've got birth. So yeah, like this is something that you are very passionate about that is definitely creating some success for you here. We also have birth coming out, so I feel like there's going to be a whole realm of possibilities open to you. You know, when things start, the momentum starts really coming to a head and you get that moment of recognition and success and like people like clapping you on the back, like I feel like you're just going to really, you know, feel this huge moment of like creative inspiration of just like, where can I go from here? We also have compassion at the bottom of the deck here. So I feel like, you know, that's part of what you kind of want to get back to. Like you want to get back to this like empathetic, nurturing, compassionate self that you are, that you might have had to kind of like push to the side a little bit, because it does feel like, you know, there's maybe some cutthroatness going on with the Five of Swords, but it's like you're really wanting to come back to yourself. So give yourself some compassion through all of this as well, so that you can give compassion to others. What else for Scorpio, please? All right, so we've got health coming out. I do feel like it's going to be important for you to focus on your health here. Just with this Four of Swords in the reverse, it's possible that different facets of your health are kind of needing a lot of attention right now, whether that's physical, emotional, mental health. But I do feel like, you know, you're gonna kind of have a sigh of relief once you get this like success that you were looking for, where maybe you can't just kind of focus on taking care of yourself for a little bit. We also have awakening here. So I do feel like I said, this is going to awaken so much more for you, so much more potential, so much more growth and fulfillment. We've got fulfillment here. You are going to find fulfillment within this situation. What else for Scorpio, please? Yeah, we've got a win-win outcome as forecast, full moon in Libra. So not only are you going to get this win, this glory, this success, this happiness, but it's something that you can feel good about because it's something that happened as a result of fairness and balance and collaboration with others, you know? Because again, like I said, this energy above, like it might have been something where like you felt like you needed to be very out for yourself initially, and you had some sort of like understanding about that it was just not the way. And I feel like moving forward, like you have decided to be more of a balanced teammate, more of a balanced, fair person, and like really trying to work well with others as well. The answers you need are coming. What else for Scorpio, please? So you've got spiritual protection. You're being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically. That is always a very reassuring card to get. We also have let yourself sparkle and shine. You are guided to be bold and show your bigger than life side to the world. So don't shy away from this glory. I know Scorpio has a hard time being in the spotlight and letting themselves be seen. But this is your moment. This is your time. Like, not only is your hard work paying off, but then you've got some sort of like glory and success and public recognition and celebration coming in for you. So let yourself enjoy that. Let yourself take that all in. What else for Scorpio, please? All right, so we've got the golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. So this card is, about being very tender towards yourself, really nurturing that inner child, protecting yourself, taking care of yourself, but also finding that, we often kind of get far away from that inner child. And by kind of reconnecting to that sense of innocence, we find there's a lot of rare gifts as a result. Like, there's a lot of perspective that we're missing or wisdom that we're missing because it's easy to turn away from that inner child and just start focusing on other things that aren't in alignment or not as important. So, I do feel like being very tender with yourself, being very caring with yourself, really nurturing that relationship with that inner child is going to be very beneficial for you. So that was it, Scorpio. That was the reading. Thank you so much for listening and watching. If anything at all resonated with you, please do like, comment, and subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me. And otherwise, we'll see you in a couple weeks for the full moon reading. Thanks, guys.